Now I will read you the text of Shakespearean sonnet number 1 from Fairest Creature We Desire Increase. From fairest creature we desire increase, that thereby beauty's rose might never die. But as the riper should by time decease, his tender hair might bear his memory. But thou, contracted to thine own bright eyes, feedest thy light's flame with self-substantial fuel, making a famine where abundance lies. Thyself thy foe, to thy sweet self too cruel. Thou that art now the world's fresh ornament, and only herald to the gaudy spring, within thine own bud buriest thy content, and tender churl makest waste in niggarding. Pity the world, or else this glutton be, to eat the world's due by the grave and thee. When we read 3 to 4 times, 10 times this sonnet, what we find that in the first quatrain of this sonnet number 1, the theme of beauty and life cycle is introduced. The theme of beauty and life cycle. Okay, we desire that the fairest creature, we means everyone. Okay, fairest creature, what do we okay mean by fairest creature? The most beautiful, fairest, superlative degree, fairest creatures, the most beautiful, the most handsome person. Okay, we desire that the fairest creatures, everything and everyone who is beautiful should reproduce. Okay, the theme of beauty and life cycle is introduced. The fairest creature should reproduce in order to pass on their beauty's rose. As the parents die when the time comes, but as the riper should by time decease, are kept alive in the memory of their children, his tender hire might bear his memory. Okay, his tender hire, जो नेक्स्ट हायर है, जो नेक्स्ट सक्सेसर है, जो नेक्स्ट उत्तराधिकारी है, वो ब्यूटीज रोज को कैरी करे, है ना. तुम उसके बेटे के जैसे दिखते हो, तुम फला के बेटे हो क्या, मीन्स यू आर लुकिंग लाइक योर फादर. Okay, features are looking like your mother or father. That means you are passing on your beauty to your next generation, your successor, your hire, and are kept alive in the memory of their children. His tender hire might bear his memory. In the next quatrain, the speaker rebukes his lover for being too selfish and proud of his beauty. But thou contracted to thine own bright eyes. This is narcissistic attitude of poet's friend. Okay, but thou contracted to thine own bright eyes. But thou contracted to thy own bright eyes, feedest thy light's flame with self-substantial fuel, making a famine where abundance lies. The next quatrain, the speaker rebukes his lover for being too selfish and proud of his beauty. The speaker further tells that his lover is the biggest enemy and too cruel to himself, as he is making a famine where abundance lies, जहाँ पे वो अपनी ब्यूटी, अपनी खूबसूरती को रिप्रोड्यूस कर सकता है, पास ऑन कर सकता है. मेकिंग फेमिन मीन्स वो पूरा खाली कर दिया, अकाल आ गया वहाँ पे. वेयर अबंडेंस लाइज, जहाँ पे बहुत सारे हो सकते हैं उसके जैसे हैंडसम, उसके जैसे द मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल. The third quadrant talks about the beauty of the person which is not permanent. Thou that art now the world's fresh ornament. Okay. The lover may now be beautiful and fresh. Thou that art now the world's fresh ornament and only herald to the gaudy spring. But his beauty will bury with himself, and it will be a complete waste as he has not passed his beauty. Okay, and finally, in the last couplet, the speaker suggests his lover to pity the world and do what is expected from him. What is expected from him? To pass on his beauty. सभी लोग उम्मीद करते हैं कि इतना हैंडसम हीरो है, इतनी हैंडसम हीरोइन है, इतनी सुंदर लड़की है, यह इतना हैंडसम, द मोस्ट हैंडसम बॉय वी हैव सीन. हम क्या चाहते हैं कि ही पास ऑन हिज ब्यूटी, ही पास ऑन हिज वर्च्यूज. ओके, व्हाट इज एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम हिम कि वो अपनी इस सुंदरता को पास ऑन करे नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में, और एल्स बी लाइक ए ग्रीडी पर्सन हु इट्स